YouTube, whoever's watching this video, what's going on? It's been a minute. It's currently Sunday, April 6th, 2025. Sounds crazy to say out loud. We're in 2025 now. 20 years old. I was born in 2005. Just turned 20, not even a month ago. Start of a new decade. Bringing these videos back. Original plan was to do one every Sunday, so 52 videos a year starting 2023. So this would be like my 100 something video. Should be, but it's number 14. Last video is update 13. It was the start of 2024, so about a year and a quarter ago. Lots been going on. I mean, start of this past year, start of 2024, we'll start there. We'll go past, present, and future. I'm super excited. So to start, January, I was in Florida. I was in Tampa. That's where I was living. Went on a little ski trip, end of January, just into February with Jake, who is one of my very, 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 very great friends, founder of Rational Optimism, which I'm taking a much bigger part in, and I'm super excited and happy to be doing that. Went on a ski trip, us two, a couple of our other really good buddies, skydiving buddies. Went out to Colorado, first time skiing actual mountains, super good time. Had an absolute blast. Came back to Florida mid-February. I was in Florida February, March, April, and then halfway through May. Honestly, I wasn't doing anything. Like I was just kind of shiny object syndrome, bouncing around. I mean, I was working out for the most part. I wrecked the shit out of my one reel though. I mean, you can go back to the update 13 and like see my hand. It's all like messed up. There's like scabs all over my fingers. So I was kind of I was just laying around all day. Like wasn't really working out. I wrecked it again on my birthday in March, banged my foot up, couldn't squat, couldn't really walk for a little bit. So I was just fucking banged up, not really doing much, just kind of watching YouTube, playing video games on my Mac. I'd like stream them from NVIDIA's, just doing some bullshit, just on some bullshit. And so that was February, March, April, and then I went back to Illinois, my hometown, for a little bit, like go for a weekend, and then came back down to Florida. And then in May, I flew out to Europe. First time in Europe. Had an absolute blast. Backpacked it with one of my very good friends, Daniel. We started in Italy. We spent about 56 days on the dot out there, so 8 weeks. Started in Italy, went all over Italy. Flew to Greece, flew to Hungary, flew to Czech Republic, bus to Germany. We were planning on staying in Germany for a little bit, a couple weeks. Said fuck it, took a bus to, overnight to France. We went up to the Normandy region, went on like a D-Day tour, super beautiful. I mean, the French coastline is amazing. It was like we timed everything perfectly, not even trying to. Like it was the 80th anniversary of D-Day. Just like on the bus routes, like met these bus drivers who dropped us off in the countryside and like just showed us all this hidden stuff. It's cool. From France, we went to Belgium, and then to the Netherlands, and then back to Germany, and then back to France, and then to Paris, to Barcelona, Spain. Ended the trip in Barcelona, flew back to Washington, D.C. I got to check out our capital, which is pretty cool. I haven't checked out the United States Capitol at all. I've never been to D.C. So that was super interesting. Went to some of the museums, walked around, went to the National Mall, saw the Washington Monument, White House. There's like a NATO conference going on, so I saw some like motorcades for like the vice president of Turkey and just random stuff like that. went back to Illinois after backpacking Europe. Then I went to the Ozarks, stayed in the Ozarks for a bit. So if you watch like my update 12, I was actually living in the Ozarks at that time. So I I went back to the Ozarks for kind of the end of the summer of 2024, like end of July to early August. Flew back to Tampa August 12th. Just living in Tampa from August to September. And then at the end of September, I went on the number 4, my third trip with the Irrational Optimists. We went out to Morocco for the first time. Absolutely amazing experience. The co-host, Eco, he's local, he's from Morocco, extremely hospitable. The country is very welcoming. Very, very cool country, super cool experience. Went to the coast, did a huge horseback trek, like probably 7 or 8 hours in total across like 2 days. Sat under the stars, went surfing, rode ATVs, rode camels. It was super cool. You should come on one if you're watching this. We'll probably have one coming up soon, no matter what time you're watching this, because we'll be running them here for the next couple of years. So went to that, got back October 6th to Florida. I came back to our house just being totally gutted. We got about 1.25 feet of water from Hurricane Helene in Tampa. So we basically threw everything out. Luckily, before I left, I elevated like all my personal stuff. And so basically threw all my stuff into my car, drove back up to Illinois in October, and then was in Illinois from October to November 16th. And then I flew out here. So I'm currently in San Diego. I'm staying with Jake and Vladi, who is one of the co-owners of Rational Optimists. Absolutely beautiful building. I'm sitting here in the meeting room, 36 floors, downtown San Diego in Little Italy. It's absolutely beautiful. Super cool city, super cool building. Very, very, very like-minded individuals that stay in this building. A lot of other entrepreneurs, very just successful people in general. It's a great spot. So I came out here in November. Spent a month out here, left December 15th, and then went back to Tampa for the holidays, staying at my grandma's house, and then flew back to Illinois for a little ski trip, and then I was back in Illinois for like 4 days, went out to Bali at the start of this year, which was super cool. Went out for Jake's birthday. One of our very good friends, Dan, he like had leased a villa for a year out there, so went out there. Spent about a week out in Bali. Cool spot. I got super sick with Bali belly. I was honestly kind of worried at one point because I had to work from 1 a.m. to 8 a.m. because the time zones just totally flipped. So was on no sleep. As soon as I got done with my last call, I was like, man, I gotta throw up. Puked, fucking projectile vomited, not to get into, too detailed here, but just puking, shitting, sweating, like just snot running out my nose, running a fever. I was bad. I was super bad. I couldn't fall asleep. I was so tired and I couldn't fall asleep because every time I tried to, I'd have to get up and go throw up or shit again. I tried sleeping in the shower like 3 times, couldn't fall asleep because I'd just have to throw up. Eventually ran out of hot water. I was literally like throwing up stomach acid because I had nothing in me. I couldn't hold down water. I was trying to eat like a banana. I couldn't hold anything down at all. Eventually I was throwing up so hard and dry heaving so much, my whole body was tensing up and it hurt to breathe. I like couldn't take like a breath past that point would like physically hurt in my chest, and I was like, dude, this is not good. Dan called the doctor to the house. I finally fell asleep for like an hour, and then the doctor showed up, which was really good because if I didn't fall asleep, the doctor probably would have had to run an IV on me while I was sitting there naked on the toilet. But he showed up. Dr. Indra got me right, got me with the IV, all kinds of antibiotics, just a bunch of stuff. It was like $93 too for a house call, like crazy cheap. Bali is insanely cheap, but Bali was a cool spot. After that, came back to Illinois. The flight time was insane. It was like 25 hours of actual in the plane time. Going to Bali, I left my house in Illinois at like 9:40 a.m. local time, so Central Time, on Friday. I got to the villa in Bali at like 5:30 p.m. local time in Bali on Sunday. So it was like over 40. It was a long travel day or days. Like I literally had a 2-hour train to Chicago, another hour train to the airport in Chicago from Union Station to O'Hare, 4-hour flight to LA, 16-hour flight to Hong Kong, 5-hour flight from Hong Kong to Denpasar, which is Bali's, like where their airport is and its capital. I think it's its capital. Like an hour and a half taxi from the airport to the villa, and I finally made it. It was crazy. Plus the time zone, adding on whatever it was, like 13, 14 hours. So it was pretty rough travel time, but came back to Illinois in January, stayed there till February 7th. Flew back down to Florida February 7th, and then I was just staying with my grandma for a week, and then I flew out to Spain for the next Irrational Optimist retreat, which was in Morocco again. We kind of just had like a little pre-game, pre-retreat activities, whatever you want to call it, in Spain for like 2-3 days. So I flew out to Barcelona. It's cool. It was my second time out there. Really cool city. Probably spend, a lot more time out there. Might go back this summer with my brother, so excited for that. But yeah, Barcelona was great. Went to Morocco for the second time. This time we went east into the Sahara Desert, which was super cool. Sandboarded, again, like rode camels, horses, quad bikes, whatever, ATVs. Stayed out in the desert, which was really cool to actually see like massive sand dunes and see parts of the Sahara Desert. Also, like driving there, we took a bus with all of us, which was super special. Just the conversations on there, and it was super great. Drove through the mountains. It was awesome. Came back from Morocco, back to Florida. Stayed in Florida till March 17th. And basically just hanging out. Jake and I were doing a lot of skydiving. I mean, I literally got probably like 20, 30 jumps in through February and March. And then I actually flew back to Illinois, and I was planning on staying in Illinois for a bit. And then I was like, you know what, like nothing's going on in Illinois. Kind of sucks. A lot of times I'll fall into the same, habits and addictions in Illinois. So I don't really like being there in my hometown. Or for at least not for too long. And so I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to drive back to Florida because we've been remodeling our house. It's not, I'm not living in it yet, but I was like, we're just going to send it back down. So drove back to Florida, just one shot at the drive, like 15, 16 hours. Got back like that night, went to bed. And then that was on a Sunday, I think. And then I spent a couple days in Florida. And then I went and picked up Jake over in Delray. We flew out of Tampa to San Diego literally like a week ago. So I just got here this past Saturday. So today marks like 1 full week of being here in San Diego. So that's kind of what I did since the last update video in terms of travel. In terms of work, had a couple different sales offers. None of them really printed too well. The last one I was with them since October. I was a setter, and then I got promoted to closer. Once they promoted me to closer, I had access to all the course, information and material. Went through it all, and honestly was like, this is so shit. I mean, the ticket price for it was 15 and 30 grand, and I mean, if I paid 30 grand for the value I was given, I would be pissed off. Frankly, it was probably worth more like 3 grand, like a tenth of it, or at least the educational material was. Obviously, if you're an actual member, you'd get access to. Yeah, all that bullshit aside, but when it was on a couple sales offers, up until recently. So right now, I mean, for work, trying to get into wholesale and real estate, really looking into that, and then also just building out the community, content. We're focusing on content a lot for Irrational Optimism, so I'm super excited to start taking a bigger role with the company, with Irrational Optimism, with the movement. Tons of super special events, local and international, are being planned. So many things are in the works that I can't really talk about on this YouTube video at the moment, so you guys will kind of have to see in future videos when all this stuff comes to fruition. But super special partnerships. We're planning on going to Afghanistan and Kyrgyzstan and then South Africa, which are super exciting. I mean, Afghanistan and Kyrgyzstan will be super cool. Obviously doing more local San Diego events. Jake and I are planning on making a YouTube video hitchhiking from San Diego to Catalina Island. So Catalina Island is an island off the coast of kind of like Long Beach, Huntington Beach, like Los Angeles area. So we'd have to hitchhike from here up to LA, up to Long Beach, and then hitchhike a boat ride over to the island. So looking to make a YouTube video out of that, and just a bunch of other stuff's going on, local events like I was saying, and then obviously those international trips too. So super excited with Irrational Optimism and what's going on behind the scenes, and super happy to be taking a bigger role with that. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on. Just wanted to shoot this video really quick here. It's like Sunday night. It's like 11:30 p.m. on a Sunday. So if I sound tired or kind of monotone, it's been a long day. We went out last night and then woke up this morning, got some sun in on the pool deck, and went to the beach, played a bunch of footy on the beach. Like we were just juggling the soccer ball, like with some people. Went and had shrimp taco, watched the sunset at Sunset Cliffs, came back here. So it's been a good day. It's been a long day. But I just wanted to pop this video out just because it's been so long, and just want to give an update on everything. So yeah, I mean, that's what the last 15 or so months here have looked like since that last update video on January 1st. I'm just super excited right now for the my voice is, I'm like losing my voice. Super excited for the future. I mean, you guys obviously see in future videos what I'm talking about, but it's really going to be amazing. We are going to change the world with this movement. We already are changing the world. We're starting here local in San Diego. One of the big focuses making San Diego as small as possible. So I mean, I'll be out here till like May, and then come back out. Gonna go to the Ozarks for like a weekend for Memorial Day. Come back out after that, and then we're gonna be doing tons of stuff. But I'll start posting these more. The original idea, as I mentioned previously, was 52 videos a year, one every Sunday. So 53 videos for 2024 since it was a leap year. But I don't think that's necessary. I think a monthly video is more doable, for sure, more doable. I also think it makes more sense. Like when I was first starting out, they were like 1 to 4 minute videos. Sometimes there's a topic, sometimes there's just me sitting at my desk. So I think monthly videos make more sense. So I'll probably update you guys in May. But yeah, that's what life looked like for the past 15 months. That's what life looks like right now. I'm out here in San Diego, just with amazing people doing amazing things. So 20-minute mark here, just been yapping. If you stuck around for the whole thing, that's awesome. Again, these videos are more so for me to just kind of look back on, see where I was at, things like that. But yeah, just leave you guys with this. Just do great things with great people, and you have all this, just so much things that are just shooting out negative, not even negative, but just shooting out information, dopamine, all kinds of buzzwords. I'm using buzzwords right now, like fucking dopamine. Fuck that word. But just cut out the noise, as cliche as it sounds. Just go on D&D, mute your phone. Like all the stuff you see, like right now, for example, there's so much stuff on like tariffs and immigration and all kinds of political unrest and Ukraine and Israel and all kinds of bullshit. That has no effect on your life, most likely. Yeah, if you're an immigrant in the U.S., yeah, you might be a little worried at this point in time, thinking about you might get deported, whatever. Sure, that definitely has an effect on you, but most likely if you're watching this video, if you're a close friend of mine or someone in my circle or someone that I've met in my life, you probably aren't worrying about that too much, or you shouldn't be worrying about that. You might be worrying about it, but there's no point. It's simply just taking up mental real estate. Like, just block that shit out. Yeah, sure, tariffs are being put in place. Sure, prices are going to skyrocket. The stock market's taking an absolute shit. What effect does that have right now on you? Like, you're going to have to, like, what can you, like, obviously you're going to feel the effect. What I mean is, what can you do about it? There's nothing you can do besides live your life, fucking make more money, eat right, work out, fucking make yourself a better person. Quit worrying about all the noise and all this bullshit. There's no point. It just is negative. And it adds nothing. And even if it doesn't add anything, if it's not adding, it's subtracting. So even if you don't think it's negative, that taking up space in your brain is still a down. It's still going to bring you down, even if you don't really think it is. So cut out all the noise. If you use Twitter or Instagram, whatever, and you see all these stories and all this bullshit, just mute it, unfollow, whatever it is. Just fucking put your phone on, do not disturb. Nip it at the bud, turn the phone off, right? Like, I'm in sleep mode right now. Just fucking cut that shit out. Sorry for the profane language, but it's just no point, man. Just mental real estate. Like, you have to focus on what you can actually change, right? Like, out here in San Diego, there's like a big protest yesterday on like Elon Musk and how he's like doing all the, like, Elon Musk. There's basically people like just hating on Elon Musk and Trump because all like the Doge things, like cutting Social Security, all the deportations, all that stuff. And it's funny because these people are protesting government, like a government program, right? Doge is Department of Government Efficiency. They're protesting a department of, like, they're trying to, so the department is obviously trying to cut costs in the government. That's like their main thing. And these people are protesting the Department of Efficiency by walking around the street. Like, they're just walking around the street and shouting with signs. I mean, that's like, it's like, what are you doing? You're fucking walking around the street. Like, what are you? You're not changing anything. No one is listening to you. And even if someone was listening to you, is it gonna change? Like, do you actually think you fucking walking in the street with a sign about Elon Musk, domestic violence, of someone like Elon Musk, hands off, or just like things talking about like rape and sexual assault, and I didn't vote for Elon, or like you didn't vote for Elon Musk, whatever, all these signs. I mean, it's just a bunch of noise and bullshit. I mean, it adds nothing. Like, whether you're on the left or the right, I mean, I don't fucking, presidents are selected. They're not elected, right? As awesome as it is to have the right to vote, to be able to vote and partake and do your civil duty, as people say, I mean, honestly, your vote really, it's not going to change shit. And even if you do, even if you did vote for Trump or Kamala, I mean, they're still fucking just controlled by Israel, right? They're still gonna send them $60 billion overseas. Like, what the fuck? Like, why are you worrying about it? You can't change it. You have to change it by starting in your local community, in your local circle, your local presence, right? Like, you have to just, be a good friend, be a good person, invite people to go do things, just help, like, make a change on a person-to-person level, right? Like, posting on social media, like, doing all that stuff where you're, like, thinking you're promoting social justice, whatever it is. I mean, it's just post about an event that you're hosting or something like that, invite people to go on a walk, go to the beach, go to coffee and chill, go to a cold plunge, go do a workout with someone, that's going to actually have a positive impact on your life and someone else's life. It's going to grow you guys closer together, and other people are going to see that, and they're going to want to join in. That's how you change shit. And then eventually, when that movement becomes so big and you have so many people coming to you, and you have partnerships and a lot more reach, that's when you can actually change some shit and have a little more pull, Maybe not government department changing levels, but you never know, Fucking A, I might be part of the government here soon. I might be president here in the next 20, 30, 40 years. That's when I can actually change some shit on a massive scale. But yeah, I mean, just cut out the noise. It's the biggest thing. I just went on an 8-minute rant about cutting out the noise, and basically just could have just said that and, cut the video at 21 minutes instead of 28. But yeah, cut out the noise, do great things with great people. If you are struggling to find those people, go to www.irrationaloptimists.io or search up Kale Quirum on Instagram or Jake Youngblood on Instagram and go through our bio and join the community. You'll find people right there. Now, obviously, that's an online community. So the biggest thing is, how do I find people in person? And I mean, shoot a message in the welcome chat, introduce yourself, say where you're from. You'll probably have someone local to you that you can go meet up with. If not, I mean, just fucking go talk to people, man. It's so easy to talk to someone. People want to share their story. People want to be asked questions about them and make them feel heard. And it's so easy to just give someone an ear. Like, for example, I was out last weekend, and you can just fucking go up and say what up to someone and just start talking about shit. Like, it's that easy. Everyone has their own story, right? Like, obviously have baseline questions like where you're from, what are you doing here, like how old are you, why are you here, what's your favorite part about being here, what's your favorite part about your hometown, oh, you're from Oregon, oh yeah, do you ever go ski or snowboard up in the mountains, oh man, I love to snowboard, oh man, I love to ski, like whereabouts, like it's so easy to carry on a conversation and just hear someone. So if you're struggling to find people in your local community, go somewhere where you want to meet people. If you like to rock climb, go to the rock climbing gym and just start up a conversation with someone. Go to the fucking coffee spot. Go sit at someone's table. It's that easy. Literally be like, yo, you mind if I sit down here really quick? Like, am I interrupting? And they're like, no, like, that's a crazy question. I've never had someone ask that. Like, it's not even a fucking crazy question. It's just no one asks that. And sit down with them and talk to them. Meet someone new. Hear someone's story. Be genuinely interested in them. Don't make it some fake transactional bullshit. Actually be curious about who they are, why they're here, what they love, things like that. Such a big thing you can do. It's so easy. And even if you think it's hard, or if you like put a label on yourself, like, oh, I'm introverted, or oh, I'm shy. I mean, you're not shy. You're not. You can literally go talk to someone. Like, your voice works. Unless you're fucking, I don't know, you had a bad tonsil surgery or some shit and they fucked your voice box, which probably didn't happen. You can probably talk just fine. Just go talk to someone, and if it scares you, fucking good. Do shit that scares you, man. Do stuff that scares you, do stuff that excites you, do stuff that makes you nervous, that makes you anxious. Have that conversation, fucking take that drive, take that flight, go on that trip, fucking go to that new coffee shop, start that new side hustle you want to start, whatever it is. I mean, you've heard it before. You've heard people tell you this before, but I mean, you're hearing me tell you it again. I mean, and if you haven't done it already, just make this the video that you really make a change. If you stuck with me this long and you're unhappy with a certain aspect of your life, just know that can be totally changed. You have power and autonomy over your life. Fucking don't let life happen to you. You need to happen to life. Okay? Happen to fucking life. And you might think, oh, I don't know. Like, what would my aunt that follows me on Instagram think? Like, what would she tell my mom? Why are you worried about that? Just fucking make that post, whatever it is. I mean, and it always comes back to, you're gonna die one day. And it's like, I saw this quote the other day, and it was, someone asked me if I had to pick the path, or it was, I'm butchering it. Moral of the story, take the path that's gonna give you a story at the end of your life. Because that's the only thing you're gonna have, is when you're laying there and you're fucking old, the only thing you're gonna have is your fucking dad lore. The only thing you're gonna have is your stories in your brain that you did when you were younger, that you did, yesterday, a year ago, a week ago, 5 years ago. Take the route. Say here's a quote. It's like, there's a fork in the road. Go the route that's gonna give you the best story. Because realistically, that's all you're gonna have in the end is your stories, and that's honestly the best thing. Is you can share those stories over and over and over and over and over again, and you can connect with people and go off on tangents. Go on more fucking tangents. Go talk to people and see what the craziest thing you can talk about is, man. Some of my sales jobs, dude, oh my gosh, I'd have people fucking, oh, dude, they'd be talking about like how their dad used to work at a bar in Barbados, and how the local fishermen would come trade them fresh caught fucking shrimp for beer. fresh caught fish for beer. Like, why are we even talking about that? You know, sometimes we go off on such crazy tangents that piss me off. Because obviously the goal wasn't to go on those tangents because it's a sales focused conversation. But again, you can open people up. And even if you think you can't, that's all the better reason to go out and try and work on that skill, work on that muscle, work on those social muscles. Everything can be trained and upskilled and improved in your life. Your speech, the way you articulate things, obviously your body, the way you look, all that can be changed. Again, going back to my other tangent, you know, if you're unhappy in any aspect of your life at all, you can change it. You might think, oh, I don't have the money. I don't have the time. I don't have the resources. I don't have the people. I don't even know if I really want to do that. I'm scared. Whatever it is, whatever objection or excuse you're giving yourself, it's an objection and an excuse that can be overcame. You know, I don't have the money. I mean, fuck, money's fake. Money's fucking fake, you know? Like, realistically, like, there's the U.S. fucking currency is backed by the Federal Reserve, which is off the gold standard. There's no tangible dollar attached to a tangible amount of gold. It's all credit. Your bank account is a number. You know? Like that, it's a number on a screen. It's not fucking real. You know, and you might be scared, whatever. I mean, if you don't have the money, either learn a skill that's gonna make you more money, or use fucking credit and just say fuck it and go into debt and figure it out. You know, apply that pressure on yourself, and eventually you're either gonna sink or swim. And I mean, fuck, even if you sink, the only way's up. You know, some of the people I was talking to on my last job, they were in $1, $2, up to $300,000 in debt, and that's both secured and unsecured. So medical bills, credit card debt, shit like that. And they're still alive. They're still eating day to day. They still have internet. You know, you can find ways to float shit. I mean, realistically, like whatever objection you're giving yourself in any area where you're unhappy can be totally overcame. And you have 100% power in overcoming that. Even if you have like an autoimmune disease, something like that, all of that can be fixed. And if you're like, no, I have Crohn's disease, I have severe psoriasis, I have heart issues, you know, there's ways that you can go about fixing and improving those things. There's resources all over, free resources. If you don't know where to start, ask me. I have a fucking plethora of people and resources that I can send you, probably for whatever you need. And if I don't have what you need, I have a person who either has what you need or they know a person that has what you need. So there's really no excuse if you're watching this video. You have me right here. You have access to me through this fucking little magical device. You're watching me on a little magical device. You know, I'm sitting here on April 6th, 2025 in San Diego recording this, and you can be watching this in a year from now in fucking New York. And you're like, who is this guy? I mean, hopefully I'll still be alive. You know, fuck, I might have had I don't want to say I might have had a skydiving accident and died, but good thing I got a fucking 14-foot long oak table to knock on. But, yeah, you have access to me. So, I mean, if you really are unhappy with an aspect of your life, first of all, ask yourself, what do I want to be happy about? Because a lot of people don't even know what they fucking want. You know? That's the biggest part of it is, you know, that's the hard part too, is actually understanding what you want and which direction you want to take and how you want to live your life. You know, I struggled with that for a while. I still do. I mean, I honestly can say I'm living my dream right now. And honestly, I have been pretty much living my dream ever since I graduated high school. I mean, I did the shit that I wanted to do. You know, the day after I graduated, I immediately started working, went down to the Ozarks, started waiting tables, made some money, went on a trip to Hawaii with the Rational Optimist, which is the first ever retreat, life-changing retreat, met everyone on there, and then just been doing shit since, skydiving, going to other countries, going to new locations, meeting new and amazing people. I mean, I can honestly say I've been living my dream. And I mean, I don't know why you're not living your dream. You know? And you might be like a person who's like, oh, you're just, privileged. Mommy and daddy's money, whatever. I mean, yeah, I'm fucking super privileged. I'm beyond blessed. We'll start with the baseline. I'm beyond blessed to obviously be living, be breathing, be able to drink, eat, sleep, have a roof over my head, all, like the hierarchy of needs, right? I'm blessed to have all that. I'm blessed to have two parents that are still together, two loving parents. I'm blessed to have an amazing family network support system, an amazing brother, amazing friends. That's what I was born into, which I'm super blessed to have, and I understand, you might not have that. And, if you're not born into that, it sucks. Sure, but what the fuck is gonna change just thinking it sucks, right? You can always, fucking misery loves company, right? You can always be sad about shit. But what's the point? What's the fucking point about being sad? About you not having a good upbringing, or your parents being divorced, or you not having a good relationship with someone? Go improve that relationship. Even if you think it's unimprovable, go try. And if it is unimprovable, which it's probably fucking not, but even if it is, go make a new relationship with someone else, some other figure that fills that role, some other motherly figure, fatherly figure, brotherly figure, mentor, mentee, whatever you need. You know how to find that person. And even if you think you don't, you do. The answer is inside of you. Realistically, you know everything that you need to know. It's all inside you. And you just have to figure out a way to let it out, right? Like your brain, it knows exactly where all your veins and your organs are. It knows exactly where they are, but it's just not telling you. It's just not releasing that information. So you just have to find ways to release that information too, which is another tangent, and we're already at 42 minutes here. But do great things with great people. Listen to people's stories. Love others. Do unto others what you want to be done to you. Golden rule. Treat your neighbor as you want to be treated. Do great things. I mean, you have the power. You have the autonomy. Stop believing you don't. Peace.